Hey guys, this is Candace. So today I wanted to focus on the question, what is spiritual psychology? I get a lot of emails from people that inquire about a session or how Skype works, and most people have this specific question of how does spiritual psychology differ from traditional psychology, and what can I expect to get from the session or from this work? So I wrote down just some key points that I wanted to get to so that we can really understand the concept of what I do, of spiritual psychology, and how you can shift in the process. So the word psychology actually means soul knowledge. But in the five-dimensional, the five-sensory sort of psychology model we have today, we don't really ever recognize the soul. We're using the personality. We're trying to figure out and heal the personality and aspects of that. But in spiritual psychology, we actually tune into the soul level, and we look at all aspects of the soul, how it works, its temperament, how it stays in balance, how it gets out of balance. And what I find is a lot of us are more sensitive these days. We're born sort of with a multidimensional sense of things. We have a craving for deeper thought, for soul knowledge. And I was one of those kids. I was looking for the soul level, the deeper level. And so a lot of people, believe it or not, this comes very easily to, because we're very connected to that space inside, but we just haven't tapped into it because society isn't really all about the soul. So what does this look like? Well, my goal with my clients is to transcend ego needs for divine deeds. And I say that a lot, but what does that mean? Well, in the first session, I like to look at people's artificial needs versus their authentic needs. And our artificial need is really from the personality, from the ego, needing to get their power from outside of them. When authentic needs are really awakening your own power, your authentic power, and empowering your soul. So what do artificial needs look like? Well, getting something from outside. It's fear-based always, and it's usually about status, money, career, the guy that's somehow validating you. Things like this, these are ego needs. And when we start looking at the authentic needs you have, which are being loved and loving, being of service to the world, feeling like you need your purpose defined. You can't get your soul purpose defined by functioning from an ego sort of view of things or an ego treatment of yourself. So how do we do that? I like to create a daily practice with my clients of nurturing behaviors and habits that start to really facilitate the empowerment of your soul. What does that look like? Daily nurturing to your authentic needs, nourishing yourself instead of punishing yourself, creating daily habits that nurture your soul. Are you a painter? Are you writing? Creating daily shifts in perspective so that you can start seeing things from the holistic view rather than living from the ego sort of knee-jerk reaction. The ego is in control of most of our lives, and the way to get the ego to work for you is to start to empower the soul to be sort of the integrated version of yourself, to live from your truth, from your integrity, knowing that your worth comes from your integrity, not from something outside of you, not from someone else's opinion, not from comparing, not from jealousy. None of those things will ever give you a sense of self-worth that is consistent. But spiritual psychology works to give you that. So in a nutshell, that's spiritual psychology, and I'll have more bits on that tomorrow. Have a good weekend.